Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge has been highly anticipated by many over the past few months. The game promises to give us an old school feel similar to the 90s TMNT beat-em-up games that we all loved on the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and most importantly, in the arcade. So was Tribute Games able to fulfill this daunting task? Let's find out. As I downloaded the game, I sat in great anticipation, waiting to find out what this game would bring. The Ninja Turtles were a staple of my childhood. I watched all the movies, played all the games, and had all the action figures. So to say I was hyped to check this title out would be an understatement. As the download finished, I opened the game and... the original cartoon intro has been redone and remastered with such great care and respect to the old school theme. I knew that I was in for a treat right from the start. The first thing I did when I reached the menu screen was check out the section How to Play. This is a great addition for those unfamiliar with beat 'em ups and allows for them to learn all of their options and mechanics in combat. It also helped me to understand exactly how the developers were going to make this title unique as far as the combat goes. The game includes many of the past staples from the TMNT beat 'em up series. You can still throw opponents at the screen, slam them on the ground with grapple moves, and run into them using your shoulder to check opponents. They have also included a super meter, which is a very welcomed addition. In the past, supers would actually deplete your health, but in this game you build up super meter by completing combos and strings of hits together without taking damage. They also have added many variations of get-up options, or for those of you familiar with fighting games, wake-up options. This helps to allow for versatility while knocked down and playing defense, and can allow you to get out of some really sticky situations. By pressing both the attack button and jump buttons at the same time, you can perform a very Ryu-esque shuriken. This allows you to hit airborne opponents and easily get away from certain situations. This game also includes a taunt, which when completed in full will add a bar of super meter to your inventory. By holding down the attack button, you can also add a hit of armor while doing an extra special super spinny attack that hits in multiple directions, at least for Leonardo. Also, while playing co-op, they've added team attacks, so while you're playing with your friend, you could also work together in order to smash some foot. I enjoy that they added so many moves to both the offense and the defense. As I made my way throughout the game, I began getting familiar with some of these new tools and was able to really feel my skill developing. As a competitive fighting game player, I can see how these gameplay mechanics can help to separate beginners and high-level players. Once you get a real grasp of these new mechanics, you can really showboat and make fools of the AI opponents. These new components help to break up the monotony that usually plagues beat 'em ups as just being a button masher, and it allows for player growth as they continue to use these skills throughout the game, which is very welcomed. So now comes the elusive decision as to which character to play on my first playthrough, and I chose Leonardo. The first game mode that I played was story mode, and I felt that the story was very well executed. I wasn't expecting some kind of super deep lore, but just the typical Shredder and Krang are plotting to do bad things and the Turtles have to kick some shell kind of action. That's exactly what we received here. I won't go into the story details, I don't want to ruin it for you, but it was a great nod to the old school cartoon end games. It was full of dumb puns, jokes, and old school classic TMNT nostalgia. The level design and graphics were really well done. You also get nods to the old school games here, as the levels are not only unique but also very similar to some of the levels that appeared in all of those titles that we remember back in the day, such as the Hyperstone Heist, Turtles in Time, or just the arcade game. We also get those old school classic hoverboard levels. We scour the sewers, there's some street fights, and we also hit those volcanic style prehistoric levels of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, and of course we have the Technodrome Madness. The bosses in this game were very well chosen. You get all of the classics from Baxter Stockman to the Rat King to Leatherhead to Bebop and Rocksteady and more. They all look great, and they did an exceptional job choosing the bosses in this game. The music also sets a great tone. There are some classic tracks, some remastered ones, and my favorite, the song with Ghostface and Raekwon. I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan, so that was a great nod to not only classics, but also a new song for the TMNT franchise. The overworld map of the story mode is pretty cool. It allows you to navigate the city and go from level to level. It also tells you how many secrets are to be found and specific challenges in those particular areas. And it allows for replay value as you can go back and complete levels that you've already completed, trying to get all of these different types of achievements and unlock things in the game. Speaking of unlocking, many characters can be unlocked. You can also unlock new skills and new attacks, as well as increase your health bar throughout the story mode. I have not played the game yet with friends, but I do plan to do so in the future. This game allows up to 6 friends to kick some shell, and I think that's ultimately epic. TMNT Shredder's Revenge fully delivers for me. The classic feel, added mechanics, unlockables, and online play really make this game a winning experience. The care and love put into this title by the developers is really felt. They wanted to keep what made the original classics, and build upon that foundation, making this the most fleshed out TMNT beat 'em up to date. It's highly recommended. But what do you think? Let me know by commenting below, and if you're new here, be sure to click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell so you get updated whenever I post new content. As always, I want to thank you for checking in. It's Gleez signing out, and continue to game strong.